Wonder Woman number 23.
Uh,
Greg Rucka writing and Liam Sharp on art. Of course, we only have two regular issues left.
Pains me.
In fact, this was the
This
last
much.
issue of this arc, because then the next
Yeah.
one will be the last issue of the God Watch arc, and then the final issue is like an epilogue almost to the whole thing.
Yep. But
So
we also next week have the annual,
we do, we
which
do.
is by Rucka. So
Yeah.
it's
At
like
least
this
the main two stories are written by Rucka. There's a few stories in it.
yeah. The main one though, I think it's how Wonder Woman met Superman and Batman.
Yeah, but it's the original and it's drawn by Nicholas Scott, and then the present day of them meeting them is drawn by Sharp.
Sharp.
So that should be a really fun little idea. I like that.
This deluxe hardcover is going to be amazing when it comes out.
Yeah, it'll be 2 volumes for the Ruckus
Yeah.
stuff, so yeah, that'll be pretty cool. So basically, we're left with Ares in the tree from last issue, and we basically find out that he was chained up. But once he got chained up, he was actually glad he was because the need for war made him go mad.
Yep.
So he's actually it's like a welcome imprisonment. And the reason why Themyscira is the path back is blocked to anyone who leaves is so that no one can get to him. That's
Yep.
why it's that hard to get back.
And it's the Amazonians' job. Amazons? What's the plural? Is it Amazonian or Amazons?
The Amazons, yeah, Amazons.
Okay, Amazons. Yeah, because Odyssey of the Amazons. I should know that. Anyways, it's their job to keep it protected, and that's why they're there. That's why they're these warrior women that keep pure war kind of in check. And
Yeah,
it's
I actually I would have one complaint about this issue is that it did feel very exposition heavy in the first half. Like it was a big dump.
Yeah.
Like it was just pages
Yeah.
and pages of explaining sort of everything that's been going on since this run started. So it was a little bit poorly structured in that sense. However, I did actually like all the answers. All of the answers I actually thought worked really well, and I was into it.
they were very satisfying, and
And
it's even. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and then it got very emotional at the end, and I liked the emotion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, just with Diana not being able to go back, I like how it's tied to, well, we can't trust anybody. It's not, it's not just men that can free, Ares. It's even our own people that leave and come back because they might have been tempted by the outside world. I like,
yeah. And we find
you know,
out, of
'cause-
course, the snake bite was him. It was Ares giving
Him.
her a path to him, should
Yeah.
she ever need to.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. And we find out that the reason why he was captured in the first place, I mean, he was chained, but it wasn't the chains, it was love, because love is the opposite of war, of course. So
Yeah.
Wonder Woman basically, as Phoebos and Deimos, am I saying those names right? I always forget their names.
yeah, Phobos and Deimos.
Phobos and Deimos. They're fighting the Amazons on Themyscira, and they're trying to hold ground. It's not going super well, but she's like, right, let them in, because Ares can let people in. He can basically open the door to let them in if he wants to.
Well, that's how Izzy got there.
Yeah, and they come in, and Wonder Woman's just sitting there with the lasso, and they basically demand to know, like, where's her father? Say something, and she just says, "I love you," and she's holding the lasso though, so she has to be telling the truth. And this is all down to like Wonder Woman loving compassion and like those being a big part of her character, and so it felt like a very like prominent moment for her. Sort of really establishing this is who she is right now. She is developed to the point where she is this character. She is the Wonder Woman that we all kind of think about, and that's really cool. And that's what traps them as well. And Ares agrees to keep them, and she's like, "All right, you can go back that way." But Izzy's, sorry, I was gonna say Izzy's daughter, Izzy, Veronica's daughter, can't go back. It'll separate her, or she'll go blank faced
Oh.
again if she leaves. However, she can go the other way to Themyscira. And that was like a really cool idea. So she has to like emotionally say goodbye to her mother. Wonder Woman's face as she realizes where she's going, like when she realizes what the offer is, is quite good. And we of course end in that thing where even though we can see a path through, I don't get the impression that Wonder Woman and the Amazons can see through like themselves, because we end in that great touching moment where they're on
Yeah.
either side of the tree and like, they're talking to each other, and I don't even think they can hear each other. It's one of those just quiet moments where she touches a
I
tree
like-
and says, "My daughter."
I like to think that Diana can, because I want her to hear that mom's proud of her. That might just be my own,
Wishful
psyche
thinking.
being into
Yeah.
play. Yeah, but oh man,
I
and
think
it's so tragic that she really can't go back. Like it's done. Like
but the
I
funny thing
feel like
is,
if
though, is
what
the stories kind of put her in this place where she's proved herself like worthy of her power. Like she's, the whole
yeah
realizing that love is what beats war is kind of like she's kind of realized enough that she should be allowed to go back. But I kind of like that she can't because it's this real
yeah
bittersweet thing here at the end, um,
yeah
and it's like knowing
well
the Amazons know she's out there doing the good work, as it were.
right
And she knows they're back there protecting Ares and protecting war. Because war is a necessity in terms of, like, those
well
feelings are
they're
needed in the world.
warriors
Yeah.
and it's not just what we think of war with bombs and soldiers, but
Yeah, that's the
it's even
extreme.
like
That's the
yeah
high
that's the
end of the
extreme.
scale.
But it's like your internal struggle.
Yeah.
That's like her coming to terms with Phobos and Deimos, which is terror and panic, right?
Yeah.
When she finally embraces those and accepts them, that's when she wins.
Yeah,
And
I think, yeah, like the whole
right,
idea that the war does need to exist. It needs to be like something we can feel, because that's what he says. It's not like they've erased Ares from existence.
right,
It just needs to be kept in check. That's why
right.
he's been held captive. Because when he was
Well,
around and whatever, it was it was chaos. It was everyone was
yeah.
dying.
Well, and don't forget that Athena's also a goddess of war, but she's like the strategic war, right? She's planning, and it's almost that's Batman's patron when you think about it, right?
Hmm.
But she wasn't the problem. It was Ares who was this pure, what's the word I'm looking for? When you're like oppositional type, and
Contrarian.
I guess, but there's two sides. Like you don't need the two sides for strategic, right?
Hmm.
That's just figuring stuff out. But here, and he's being kept in check by warriors who are disciplined enough to know when it's necessary and when it's not.
Yeah, they've rised above the need for him. They don't need to
Right.
be influenced by him to get that. We also find out that scene from the year one where she fights Ares at the end was not him. It was actually Phobos and Deimos masquerading, because obviously we knew at the time that he was trying to get the location of the mascara, and we just thought it was him. But now it makes even more sense because they've been trying to get there the whole time.
Right. Why would he need to? When we find he's in prison, why would he need to find to go there?
Yeah. I think that was one of my points last issue. I said, man, he looks really different from when we last seen him.
Yeah.
And we see him in flashbacks. He did have that outfit. That was him. He did look like that. But
this was like the big supervillain version, if you will.
Yeah.
Like,
whereas now he's like swimsuit model.
yeah. The more we talk about this, the more it all comes into focus, and it is one of these, comics that are going to say something about the world, down the way. And I think Rucka just nails it.
Yeah.
In this one.
Hate breeds hate. Love loves what, forgive the word, trumps it.
Yeah.
So no, I think that's something to say. I think this is going to make an excellent reread. When you're reading the two, if you're reading the two deluxes, maybe they do an omnibus down the line, whatever. I feel like when you read this as one big story, from issue Rebirth. I mean, honestly, I think that's the weak point of the whole run is that Rebirth issue, because it felt kind of pointless.
And to me, I look back on it that it's just a tease. It's kind of when you look like it's a teaser trailer for it, and it sets the table, but doesn't do much other than that. And I think that's fine, considering what we get for 24 issues when it's all said and done.
No, 25 plus an annual.
25 plus, so 26-ish. So I think that's good.